What's good, Mo? So, I've seen the video. Y'all have seen the video. I actually did a reaction video to the racist video that Donald Trump posted to his Truth Social account depicting the Obamas as monkeys. And the White House press secretary tried to defend it, saying it wasn't racist. It was from a clip from 2020 of an AI video of Donald Trump being depicted as the king of the jungle. It was a reference to the Lion King movie. Ma'am, y'all are the kings of lion, because it wasn't no apes in that movie. But they actually asked Trump directly about the video, and here's what this Bama had to say here.
Mr. President, at the very least, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Social media post that you took down earlier.
And of course you condemn the racist parts, but you posted it. You posted it.
Today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
No, I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud. And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it, you know. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it.
Mr. President, a number of Republicans...
Why is this man still talking about voter fraud? My nigga, you've been the president twice. Hillary Clinton had more votes than you, and you still won the presidency. Is he talking about when he ran against Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe? Congratulations, my nigga, you became president again. Why are you still posting about voter fraud? You won. That's like saying that's like a boxer who fought. Let's just say Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis twice, hypothetically, right? And the first time Mike Tyson beats Lennox Lewis, but the judges, there was some controversy with the judging, but he still won the fight. Then he fights Lennox Lewis a second time. Lennox Lewis wins, and there's still some controversy with the vote. Then they fight a third time, and Mike Tyson wins again. Like, so what? And why are you still talking about voter fraud in 2026? We got bigger problems. You know, y'all got a whole Epstein situation going on. You got ICE stuff going on, but you still talking about voter fraud. And you mean to tell me that y'all are so primitive with your social media posting that you don't realize that this is recording a screenshot and you flick the page up to another post and then flick it back down like that was a screenshot. That couldn't have been edited out for all of that? No. You did it on purpose. You knew what you was doing.
They're calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things. I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine. They had that one post, and I guess it was a takeoff. By the way, a lot of people covered. If you look at where it came from, I guess it was a takeoff on the Lion King, and certainly it was a very strong post in terms of voter fraud. Nobody knew that was at the end. If they would have looked, they would have seen it, and probably they would have had the sense to take it down. But
so the Lion King, let's just say hypothetically that was actually true, which we know it's not, because it wasn't no apes in that movie. But of all movies, so you're saying you're the king of the jungle, and that I guess the politics is a jungle, which it is. But of all the movies, you could have picked 300. You could have referenced I don't know, Pulp Fiction. You could have referenced Full Metal Jacket. You could have referenced. I mean, Stanley Kubrick has a great selection of movies you could have referenced. Martin Scorsese has a great collection of films you could have referenced. Quentin Tarantino, you know, but you reference a Disney movie, and it didn't even have no apes in the movie. It was one monkey in that whole movie, and that motherfucker was wise as shit. It's called The Lion King. Why weren't there any lions in your video? Where was the cats? You could have referenced the Tiger King.
That was a takeoff on The Lion King, and a lot of people were covered on different in different positions. So when I spoke to Tim Scott, he was great. Tim is a great guy. He understood that 100%. Go ahead,
Mr. President. So I generally don't ask questions this way, but I just have to because to me it's so obvious. Explain to me how this is not racist.
Well, first off, I think it's racist just to assume that apparently black people own looking like monkeys.
So this is Tomy Sotomayor. He is a YouTuber. He's kind of been around actually longer than I have. And I think that he might have started off in like the manosphere spaces, kind of talking about relationships and stuff. I don't remember his full history, but he does say a lot of Uncle Ruckus type stuff. And I think at one point he wasn't even that extreme with it. But listen, the grift game is a hell of a game because it's a lot of money to be made playing that game. If I was really desperate and strapped for cash, I would be doing the same thing. I would be defending everything that racists do because the racists are going to support it. And the people that are against it, that would be calling me coons and sellouts and Uncle Toms and all of that, would equally make me as much money, probably even make me more money because people pay more attention to negativity than positivity anyway. Just like the people that disagree with me on these posts that I make or on these reaction videos that I make, they are so passionate and so vehement about their disagreement. They show more passion and energy than the people that actually do agree with me. Anyway, this is not surprising hearing coming from him that he doesn't think that it's racist, and to say that it's racist to assume only black people can represent looking like monkeys. Shut your whole ass up. But let's let him continue.
Apparently, we're just supposed to own it. So if someone says we look like a monkey or that they put us on a monkey body or like what they did with the advertisement where the little kid the black kid had a monkey outfit, uniform on, just like the white kids did, it's somehow racist. So blacks should view themselves as monkeys. And anytime someone calls us that or puts us on the head of a figure, that we're supposed to be immediately outraged that this person is doing this. And let me explain to you.
Tommy, I'm sorry, I can't just let that go without asking you something. Have you learned anything or studied history in this country around slavery and the depictions of black people?
Look at Harvey Levin's face
during slavery.
No, I have. Yes, sir.
Okay, and you know that was a common thing to equate black people to apes or monkeys, and usually it was a reference to they came from Africa, so they must be apes and monkeys. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, well, the idea of they came from Africa, there's a lot of animals that came from Africa. As a matter of fact, all of the ones that were depicted in the video, you guys didn't show the whole video.
Come on,
Biden
man.
was also a monkey. Well, Biden was a monkey in the video too, so why aren't we outraged? As black people, we have carte blanche to call anybody anything we want. And I'm from the South.
That's not true. That's not true.
Here's the thing. Even if Biden was depicted as a monkey in the video, that's not the clip that they shared. They shared a clip of the Obamas. The first black couple in the White House as monkeys.
We call a name. Y'all have had people on your show that call white people aliens, that call white people devils. No one gets in trouble on national television for calling a white man a devil.
Yes, because nobody has kidnapped and enslaved white people to build this country and used those sort of racist rhetoric terms against them to oppress them. That's the difference. That's the huge difference. It'd be different if, let's just say natives, it'd be different if Native Americans went to Europe and rounded up hundreds of thousands of white people and brought them over here and forced them into slavery and was calling them aliens and devils and all this, that, and the third, and they didn't do nothing. That would absolutely be a valid reason to crash out, to call somebody racist for saying that. That would be a valid reason for somebody to get in trouble. But the white people are the ones that did that. That is very devilish. That is very alien, because you're not of this. You cannot be of this. And it's not all white people. It's the racist ones. But let's continue.
I mean, a devil is not
just a bad person.
A devil doesn't equate to race. It equates to character.
No,
Right.
we actually, if the person beside you would tell you the truth, we actually believe that the white people are devil, and many believe that we're aliens. We
Well,
believe
I'll give you
Tommy,
an no,
please,
hold on. I can give him an
this
example.
argument, Tommy. Don't put me in your. I'm not trying to.
Well,
I'm not shoulder to shoulder with you.
You asked me though, but you asked me if I knew a historical context, and so when I give you
well,
one
I'll give
back,
you-
But we're talking. You're trying to talk about calling white people devils. No one's saying that that's okay, but that is a different thing than what we're talking about.
Exactly. This is a classic example of a deflection where the subject is not about what white people are called. This is about what one individual, and even if it's not Donald Trump, an employee of his, posted onto social media. Let's stick to the topic at hand. Pay attention to when people do these types of tactics.
I'm trying to say is, as a black person, I refuse to believe that every time I see a depiction of a monkey and a white person doing it, I'm supposed to be outraged and automatically just upset. So I'm just agreeing that this is the depiction of me and my people.
It's so ride or die with certain people in Trump's camp that can't you bend the knee on one issue and still be a Trump supporter? Isn't this just one too far?
Oh, no, listen, I am one, if you watch my show, I criticize him as well. I think the people who support someone the most should be the ones that are most critical of them. Should he have posted this as a president? I think 100% not.
Okay, then, so what are you talking about? Why shouldn't he have posted it as a president? I don't think it's racist. Okay, then you think it's okay. Because there's no other, the only issue with it is the depiction of two black people as monkeys.
There's a lot of things that he does as a president that are unprecedented.
We saw Tim Scott be able to say this is wrong, and I'm not sure why you can't say this was wrong.
Well, first off, again, I would use the word racist versus wrong. They're two different things. When I hear the word of racist, I'm supposed to just be a frayed Klan member. And you have to understand, I've been black my whole life. And unlike you, I've been
that makes two of us.
That's what I was going to say, but unlike you.
Oh, so now we're going to do colorism?
I was going to say, but
now we're going to do
unlike
colorism?
you, I've been dark.
Okay.
But unlike you, wait a minute. But unlike you, I've been dark skinned my whole life. And you know what I've been told? You know what I've been told by black folks? That same monkey, crispy, blackie, midnight, smokes, and all these words are supposedly okay that black people use against their own people. When you're trying to insult someone, you go towards things that they don't like. I don't agree with the fact that we can say, well, we can diss these people and that diss is okay. But that diss is a diss too far. Because when we diss this man, and we call him an orange orangutan, but that's okay for us to call him that because he's...
Ain't nobody ever called Donald Trump an orangutan. Shut your hoe ass up. Ain't nobody never called Donald Trump an orangutan. Orange, yes. Yes, we call him orange because the nigga's skin is orange. It has nothing to do with race. He's still white, but he's orange.
Supposed to be able to accept it. I think insults either need to stop or be accepted all the way around. There's no way for me to tell you should have a governor on what you say to me, but I don't have a governor of what I say to you.
Fair, but he is kind of orange.
And he can say it. And
He can say it.
I just wanted to address this subject, and that's essentially involving the president, Donald Trump, posting a video depicting former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. I'm going to say that again. Depicting the first black president in United States history and the first black First Lady in United States history as apes, monkeys. In the year 2026, that has happened. Now, before I go into it, let me say this. The White House says that it wasn't the president's fault. Even though the video has been removed from the president's Truth Social account, the guy in the White House, using his administration to tell you he had nothing to do with a post that has his fingerprints and his smell and his stench written all over it.
Now, you know it's bad if Stephen A. Smith is saying some shit is racist, because Stephen A. Smith be picking and choosing when he wants to do the dances Ebro would say. I hate to even reference Ebro with that. Like, God, I feel like I want to throw up just saying that. But, yeah, Stephen A. Smith be picking and choosing when he want to, you know what I mean, tap dance. He be having all the smoke for black celebrities and black athletes, but the white ones, he be quiet as a church mouse. But he will pick and choose to decide, like, okay, I can't defend this one, so yeah, it's absolutely abhorrent behavior. This is preposterous.
That's who we're talking about here. And that same man must be universally condemned for having his platform associated with such an insulting, classless, despicable post that was on his platform for 12 hours. Anybody who doesn't speak against him on this is complicit. You're telling us what you think about black people. Plain and simple. There is no way around this. This requires universal condemnation. Doesn't mean he's going to leave office. But it could mean that we need others in office during the midterm that aren't necessarily on the right, so more checks and balances can take place, and perhaps, dare I say, he'll be a bit more guarded from doing nonsense like this, because again, I believe he is guilty of this. Do I have proof? No.
Okay, see, all right, they go to tap dancing. Like, he's saying condemn it, but then he's also not fully going in and just saying it's wrong, and he's trying to cater to that crowd. Again, the difference between the last two black men that we just seen on this video is this one, really there is no difference, to be completely honest. The only difference is one was wearing a cowboy hat and the other one wasn't.
But I've told y'all on many occasions, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose.
No, it's a raccoon.
It's what it is. His behavior, his tendencies, his rhetoric, his petulance, his belligerence.
Okay, all right. The big words
fall in line with what we're talking about right now.
Let me use SAT words so I can sound smart.
Do you want to be associated with that?
Okay, all right.
Or not?
Okay. All right. Enough of that. I can't take it anymore. Okay, all my Mosifs and all my Mosif fiends. Make sure you comment on this video, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this abhorrent, petulant behavior, the besmirching of a race of people by the sitting president who needs to be protected from himself during the midterms. Maybe he doesn't step down, but maybe somebody steps up, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what Stephen A. Smith be talking about. Hell, man. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all later. Peace.
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the Klan. That's fuck racist. A nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to steal Judas Ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.